Okay, ready when you are.
Okay. Our country is India. Our question is, how does India's caste system affect the citizens' daily lives? And if you're wondering what the caste system is, we have a diagram to explain it. This is a triangle explaining the levels of the caste system, but we're only going to be talking about the lowest level, which is the Dalits.
Okay, so the Dalits are the fifth part of the country that's outside of the caste system, and they're also called the untouchables. So they're called the untouchables because you can't touch them, you can't touch them at all. You want to be called like polluted or something like that. So if you become polluted, then you have to do this like series of cleaning so you can be unpolluted, so you can touch like other people in other class. And also the elites work under the government, so they have to do all the jobs that other people in other castes doesn't have to do. They have to do everything the government tells them to do, and if they don't, they'll be punished. So this statement is the caste system affects the people of India lives by discrimination, economic imbalance, and poor living conditions of those lives. Why does this matter? Citizens in India that are unfortunate and in poverty are suffering extreme forms of disadvantages and oppression for centuries. So the overwhelming majority of these people are illiterate. They don't have the knowledge or power to question the system.
Okay, so my first issue is discrimination, and I divided that into three components. The first one is family reputation, which means is if you're born into a family with a bad reputation, like you're born into a family with a reputation of being a Dalit, more likely you're going to be a Dalit unless you find a way to get out of being in that certain level, like maybe marrying someone who's not part of that caste system. And secondly is unfair health care. So how it works in America, if you have a higher income or you're more wealthy, you're more likely able to afford better health care, and if you're low income or in poverty, then you're less likely to afford. The last one is colorism, which I have two diagrams to explain. Okay, diagram on the left explains or represents how India makes up 46% of those who invest in skin bleaching companies, and the other 54% is non-Indians. And this diagram explains or represents the money that is invested from India into skin bleaching cream companies each year, which increases by 18% each year, which is why it's a rising skill.
Okay, so our second issue is economic imbalance. So the Dalits, they get limited resources, so they only have the resources that the government gives them, and they can't afford the products in the country because they get paid less than minimum wage. And an example is the markets, farming, and bank sales are going down, and it's causing the price of a product to rise, which the lower class can afford, and it's falling to the demand of contraction. This also plays a part of the jobs they have. So the jobs they do is like working in sewers, street sweepers, clean up human and animal waste, and deal with bodies. And they do the work, like I said before, that the people in the higher class doesn't want.
Okay, so our final thing is for living conditions. We'll start with open defecation. Defecation is the act of pooping. A lot of Indians don't use toilets, or mostly lower class Indians, the Dalits, they're not used to toilets, or they just don't have one in their house, in their living place. So usually they defecate outside or wherever they walk, and it's like bad for healthcare as well. The Kenyan citizens, they can't afford it, they can't get it, and they can't treat like the infections or rashes or like diseases they can get from being exposed to this. Lack of water. In the lower class Indians, the Dalits, they don't really have access to water since they have low economic balance, they have low income. So this in like New Delhi is like a town of slums, so they get a gallon of water every 10 days, and they have to stretch it and make it last, so they have to wash their dishes with it, use it to clean themselves with it, and drink as well. So they don't really have access to water as well. They have to get it from like lakes and stuff, which also is not like good because that can be contaminated as well. And the sewage exposure. Since the Dalits, they are the people that do the jobs that no one else wants to do, so they're mostly like the sewage workers, and it's a bad job to do since most of them can die from it, so they can get diseases and infections and they're not as inclined to actually want to do the job. So that's why it's such a big problem. It's like sewage rising in the slums, so they walk through it, and it's also bad for their health as well. This is a graph of the toilet habits. In conclusion, the caste system affects the people of India's lives by discrimination, economic imbalance, and poor living conditions of the lower class. Indians want nutritious food, affordable clothing, housing, health, and education. What we can do to help is basically spread the issue and get it from word to word and get it to be like public and stuff. Solution.
Okay, so the solution that we came up with was eliminate the caste system. So eliminate the caste system, it wouldn't be like, we can't do anything about it. The government have to do something about it, which is like limited to us. So it's like really like these solutions are the things that we can't really like solve. It's something that we can like give it, like we can't give advice, but we can like, I guess, let it know to the public to like help. Okay, so then tax the upper class, it'll like give more public resources to the people in India and waste management because they have like open dumpsters. They don't have nowhere to put their trash and stuff.
Help India's NGOs is basically the non-government. Yeah, you can donate, and usually they have GoFundMe's and stuff, so you can donate and go towards the cause. You can't be sure that it'll actually. You can't be sure that it'll actually go towards, because they can only go so far. So say if you donate some money to one cause or something, say like a GoFundMe or something, you don't know if they're actually using it for that certified thing. So that's also a limitation. Eliminating the caste system isn't an easy thing to do. Basically, since just like in America, segregation, they said it was abolished or whatever. Can't really say it was because it's also ingrained in our minds. So they may say that it's you're not supposed to do that, but other people still do it, whether it's by your skin color or the way you dress or whatever. Waste management workers are the untouchable class, so many feel unmotivated to work. Like I said, since they're the untouchable class, they don't really want to do that and know the risk of what it is, and they know it's dirty, but they're forced to do it basically. Higher class citizens may be mad because of the tax increase. Just like Democrats and Republicans, how Democrats want the people with more money to be taxed. They basically saying that what if people that higher income got taxed more, they would be mad too. Just like lower class, if they think that they should be taxed, you don't know what the people of the higher class are going through, like what they're going through in life or whatever, so it would be unfair regardless of their positions. And these are our references and pictures.
All right, I have a couple of questions for this team. My first question is, let's see. My first question is for Jamisha. What aspect of the transition from written reports to a presentation like this did you find the most difficult?
Okay, so my lens that I was focusing on was political and historical. So I was really basing off like the government and what the government was doing in the country. So my slide I had to do with economic imbalance. I wasn't really focusing on like the jobs that they have and like how much money they make. So I kind of like was not focusing, but talking to them two and thinking like what kind of environment issues and stuff they go through, or like what kind of jobs and stuff they have to like get the knowledge to know, because I didn't know I didn't have no idea. So I just was like thinking, let me just talk to my teammates and figure out some things. But it was kind of difficult trying to figure out the jobs and stuff because I wasn't focusing on it.
Okay, thank you. Very good. This next question is for Kennedy. Kennedy, how did your own views about the problem or issue change as the result of evidence found by your teammates?
Okay, so when I first started researching, I kind of understood the fact that I was an outsider to the issue, so I couldn't really understand the problems that they were facing. I kind of can because like America, believe it or not, is like kind of similar to the problems that India is facing. It's just not as open, or like we're not really open with it. They like to keep it under wraps. And after like reading over their articles or the information that they gave me, it kind of fed into like me like giving me a better understanding of what was going on. and like more issues that I hadn't known about because I don't live in India. So there's things that I wouldn't know.
Thank you. And then our last question is for Andrea. It is Ayana. I got an A written down here, and I'm not even looking up. I'm so sorry, Ayana. For Ayana, which part of the outcome for your final product suggested the need for some possible further research?
I think the lack of water, I needed some more research onto that because there's so many issues with it. Most of the lack of water issues stem from the agriculture and the farmers. Basically, they're not, after they grow stuff, they're not doing what they need to do to make sure it doesn't pollute water sources and stuff. So it came from that, and also since the lower class didn't really have access to water in the first place, I still used to work on that and understand where I was coming from and how to put that into my report on like on the environment of their, like how the lower class citizens actually live and stuff.
Okay, thank you very much. Everyone